Hello, everyone. Previously on 3DMs and a Tale, I should have gave the valley a title, so we're just going to call it the Hidden Valley for now, and it has nothing to do with Cool Ranch.
I was going to say.
Previously, within the Tales of the Hidden Valley,
the name has been acquired.
The Quack family, no, they're not doctors. The Quack family has a distillery within this no-name village, where one of their training dummies came to life, sending the village in a panic. And because the village elder is concerned with the tree being potentially possessed by demons, he sends them on a quest to the top of one of the mountains where their temple is, where they will get the demon either cleansed, appraised, whatever. And Chet has volunteered to take this bastard family out on this trip.
Harsh.
Accurate.
All right. So I guess the first thing we should do is start heading in the direction of the mountain, and I'm going to start heading south, which is direct opposite of the direction of the mountain.
I was going to have you do two rolls. A roll to see if you actually know what you're doing, and the second one, even if you don't know what you're doing, are you stupidly lucky?
First roll.
First roll is a 4.
So you know nothing.
And the next roll is a 16.
So you know nothing. Absolutely nothing about... You follow the roads, and that is the extent. You have never explored or even bothered to pay attention. You just follow the landmarks. But
you
somehow...
formula, but got the correct answer.
Yes. Somehow, though, you were able to traverse them to actually the easiest route. A lot of people might take the northern road, but the southern road is actually a smoother road that is not as perilous. However...
I'd be pointing out fake landmarks. I'm just making up as I go.
Coming from a wealthy family, I have been given a very high level of education. So most of the time, I'm just watching him make up shit, and I'm just like, that's not it. That's not. No. I am
still tied up, and I am buying all of it. I'm like, that's so cool. Last time I came this way, I was blacked out.
And that rock formation there was the legendary resting place of a fateful demon that was slain over 1,000 years ago. It turned to stone, and that's what we see now.
Is that the demon that I am?
No, honey, no,
it's
honey.
Very possible.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We have no idea where your spirit came from, honey.
You could have a famous ancestor right there.
I just point at the tree. It could be him. Could be him.
I walk up to the stone that he said was the demon, and I go, "Hello." And
okay, dummy. Okay, as we go here, the regular way we have to greet people and to say hello is to kiss them on the forehead. So, and do you know what?
No.
Do you know what a kiss is?
Yeah, I go up and I just grab his head and I smack it. I just start...
No!
I thought that was headbutt.
That is a headbutt. Yeah. That is a headbutt. No, and I take Dummy's face gingerly. My hands this is a kiss on the forehead, and I give him a very light, kiss on the forehead. It's that's how we give very nice greetings to people that we like.
Violence confuses me.
This isn't violence. This is affection. It's a different thing.
I don't know what that is.
I'm gonna look off into the woods and be like, I thought my family was dysfunctional.
Still tied up, and I'm just looking at Chet and going, she never does that for me. It's always the shoe just hits me in the face.
Let's have a drink about it.
Oh, and I pull out some vodka and I go, here you go.
All right.
Every one of y'all
better and better.
Roll a d20. It'll be a perception check of sorts.
I will say that as I'm drinking the vodka, I turn from fiery red to ice cold blue.
I got a 16.
11.
18.
I got a 22. I am perceptive as hell.
Wait, 22. How'd you get a 22?
19 plus 4. Right? Yeah. Yeah. That
We'll
makes
go
sense.
We'll go with that.
Never mind. Plus 3.
No, we'll go with that.
Michael has created actual scaling in his brain that we don't normally do here. He has an imaginary call sheet in his brain. That's what he's done.
Yeah.
He may or may not have created a character sheet on the spot on his phone.
No. There is no character sheet. I promise.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like,
It doesn't matter.
that's good training wheels, Michael, but we're not doing that anymore. You're a real drunk.
Either way. So you guys hear a howling through the forest. It's a really strong wind, and it's almost like somebody is screaming in a very low voice.
Do I know what this is?
Go ahead, roll a history check, and you would actually probably know it. So I'll say with advantage.
That's a natural 20 anyway.
I get behind Dummy and I go, "Hey, Dummy, you should investigate that."
So,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Quack, you recognize that these are angry mountain spirits, and normally when a howl of wind goes through the forest that aggressively, an avalanche normally follows afterwards.
We need to get cover. We need to find cover right now. Is there any...
Pointed the demon rock
is beautiful.
How big is that demon rock? Is it like a big ass, like giant, like boulder that could be a
it's just
giant
like
shield?
a boulder that would look like a head or something like that. You know what I mean about that?
We need to get we
size.
we basically presume. I'm running on like just seeing the area because I guess we're near a bunch of like high mountains or something. Are we? What is our setting actually right now? Like, are we on
The setting is you're within this valley that's tucked in between a bunch of misty mountains, and you came from this no-name rice farm village at the bottom of this valley, and the setting is you're climbing one of these mountains to get to a temple that overlooks the entire valley.
Right, and is it just permanent snow up there? Or are we like in winter?
No, you're still very much within the forest lush part of the mountains.
Okay.
These really aren't snow peak mountains. It's rolling green mountains and hills and whatnot, but even if there isn't any snow, rocks can
Avalanche,
still fall.
yeah, it's a rock-based avalanche.
Mudslides, yeah.
So I direct everyone's like, get behind the rock right now.
You should definitely listen to the wife. She will come after you with her shoe.
You are a smart man.
The rock.
Oh.
I've just been married a very long time. You should have seen her when she was younger. She's only gotten feistier. At least she listened to me a long time ago. Now it's just through shoes.
Every single one of y'all, go ahead and do a D20 roll.
15.
17.
Okay.
15.
12.
Good. Alrighty, every single one of you make it behind the boulder as a bunch of other boulders come tumbling down into the... It comes tumbling down through the trees, and you see these boulders flying around y'all everywhere, tumbling down off the road and into the cliff face below.
As this is going on, Dummy says, "Nature is beautiful. The destruction pleases me. Watch as everything is crushed under the beauty of the mountains."
I'll just be screaming like a girl in a fetal position.
I stare at him with my non-existent eyes.
I'm like,
I just look at Mrs. Quack and go, are we sure he's not like an evil spirit? Because that's some terrifying explanation on things.
even as a boy, you loved violence and things like that. And I think he's a boy. This is honey, Dummy. This is what's called an avalanche. It's very violent, very scary, and I'm like shaking a bit because
We're
like
having this calming conversation.
I'm trying to calm Dummy, even though Dummy is clearly not calm because like while I am of experience and competence, I am not very well traveled because I didn't have to be. You know, I found my husband in like in a soup of mud and vodka. and decided
I
that,
was disappointed.
and for some reason that
You're
wooed the
usually-
shit out of me. So
I'm used to just picking up broken and soft things.
yes, because my dad made everything perfect.
The epitome of I can fix him.
Right? I was the bad boy that she thought she could fix.
Yeah, right.
Turns out she enabled you.
Yeah. Yeah, AA doesn't exist, so I don't know alcohol is bad for people.
So
The demon protected us.
it calms down, and it's an eerie silence, and you hear some wood creaking, some bushes rustling.
I creak back in response.
Gonna look at the dummy.
That scares the absolute shit out of me because he made that with not his mouth, but like just, I guess, just friction in your body. Yeah, you just friction your body like in just the right way.
I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna pull the flyers out of my pack and start writing. Basically, I'm gonna chronicle the story of our journey while we're.
We
while we're
must
doing
continue on. There's so much more to see. I am alive.
Does Dummy go first then?
Yeah, Dummy.
So
Straight
as
up to
Dummy
mountain.
goes around, you can see that the forest has been torn asunder by these stampede of boulders.
This thrill. Is this what being alive feels like? Seeing the dead
Exactly.
brethren of my brothers?
Exactly what life is like. It just you think you're up high, and then it just comes slaps you across the face.
I'm just gonna write.
This is
too
amazing.
real. Too real.
Can we see can we still make out the trail amongst the ascender towards like the?
Yes, it didn't disturb it that much. You're still able to continue your journey
Mhm.
up the trail.
Okay.
Now this next leg, we have to watch out for tigers. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem though. It probably scared them all off.
I thought we were on the southern route.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look at the sun and like, yeah, okay, yeah. I just had to get my bearings. That was a little intense.
I
Odds or
agree.
evens.
Who
What is that?
are you asking?
Chet.
What did you need me to roll?
Oh no, odds or evens.
Even.
So you guys are traveling. You travel away from the broken forest, and you head higher up, and the forest starts to get thicker as you guys are heading higher into the trail. The trail is getting more inclined the higher you go, so it's getting harder to climb. I will have all of y'all roll to see who's making it up the mountain and who's straggling behind.
Are we at the point where we're actually like mountain climbing this, or is it switchbacking?
It's just a straight up incline at this point, so
Yeet.
it is kind of like mountain climbing, but it's like more like really advanced stairs.
Right.
Advanced stairs.
It's a non-working
Oh no,
escalator.
it's a 9.
Oh,
I got a
14
6.
for me.
I'm literally heaving as like we get to stair number 5.
Yeah.
I got a 17.
He's just walking up it.
Anyway, this would be so much easier if I could take the ropes off.
All right, so
I forgot that you still had those on.
The village elders seem to be very insistent about me having the ropes on.
I
And I pull my hand out and point to the thing. I gave him pointers on how to make this really good knot, and then I slip my hand back in. But he was insistent that I keep the rope on.
God, finally realizing that this he's been doing this trick this whole time, and like he's still acting like this, and I'm just like, Tofu, just take the ropes off already.
Oh, okay. And I just like slide my hands out without any like real issue.
Like,
and I just take.
I need your help getting up this mountain. It's not.
Oh,
Chet,
okay.
what did you rule for?
14 total.
Yeah.
Okay. You are struggling, but you're getting up there. But then you do see two are straggling. Dummy's just making a good pace. Ahead.
Dummy would turn around and go, "You could tie a rope to me. Clearly, you are weak, father.
It's true. I'm very, very weak. And I'm gonna like tie the rope around your waist. You have an accessory now. It's called a belt.
I like this belt. If anyone
good.
takes it from me, I will greet them until they stop.
That's really good. That's a good idea.
Yeah, stealing is bad, dummy. I'm just breathing heavily because like this is way too much for me.
It was at this moment in the journey that I realized I screwed up.
I just kind of casually like slide all the stolen alcohol I took from the tavern and just slide it behind to my bag.
Aaron, I'm gonna need you to roll a d20.
Can?
Me or him? Solomon or Aaron?
Brian.
Can?
Get one. Okay, 10.
Can?
So, you see it before everyone else does. A blur of orange and black leaps out of the bushes towards your belt you just said you would want to protect. You have an attack of opportunity against this orange and black blur.
Okie doke. Do I roll?
Yeah, go ahead, roll.
18.
So, you go ahead and explain how you take care of this incoming opponent.
So, orange black blur comes by. I just shove my fist straight into it and I go, hello, and I hold it to the ground.
You had just pinned a tiger to the ground.
I just slap Chet on the side and be like, "Hey, you alright? Look at that! This is a tiger. This deserves some celebration." And I just start pouring vodka into like two little like wooden coffers that I have, and go, "Here you go."
Tiger's all scratching.
I scream.
I'll bow to him.
I scream in panic, and can we have a roll for how hard I fall, basically, and even fall down?
Yeah, go ahead. Because you didn't get on the rope, I believe, right?
I did not announce that I'd gotten on the rope. I was still probably... The rope was only offered to my husband. My son did not offer it to me. So...
I offered it to... I offered it to both of you. That was my bad.
He was, to be fair, she was pretty far behind.
Yes, I think I rolled the lowest there. So I just rolled a 14 from the shock and awe of just seeing like this tiger like jump out and get pinned and just... So I rolled a 14. Do I fall? Do I fall hard? Do I fall down the slope?
I was about to say, do you want to fall? Because that's a pretty decent roll.
I can
Maybe
fall
you fall on your ass.
Yeah. Fall on my ass, tumble a little bit, hit a tree.
Yeah. Crawl back as you see a tiger thrashing towards Dummy.
Chet,
what else do you...
Chet and Topher on the side just drinking.
You're just drinking and watching?
What are you all
Two
doing?
hands, you know, like...
Kill the thing!
Do you know how to kill tiger?
I'm gonna shake my head like...
I don't want to kill it. I want to pet it.
I think that's all. I think what you're doing is called aggressive petting. My wife tells me not to do that.
Dummy makes a sound that sounds like crying as he just pushes his fist deeper into the tiger.
Tiger's trying to escape, but it is unable to escape your mighty grasp.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, roll. Are you trying to keep this thing alive, or is that a Lenny?
No, I was told to kill it.
Oh, so it's not a Lenny situation. Okay.
Yeah. 15.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are burying this thing into the ground. How do you finish it?
As it goes deeper, it's just like, and just you hear the crack of the rib as it goes through his body.
I'm not gonna watch this. I'm gonna turn away. Like, ooh.
And Dummy goes, "I did it, mother. I did it."
Just really a whole bottle.
The snap of those ribs. The snap of those ribs and the sound of the cat just dying and screeching and like the blood splurting out. I have enough minor sight, but definitely can hear it, and you just hear me down the slope just just heave.
Is this a
I do that
Minecraft
trick
campaign?
When this happens, I take the bottle that I have and I do the trick where you swirl it around until it creates a vortex, and just open my throat and it just goes down.
Jesus.
I'm just like, that was some lit shit.
I am evil.
No,
No. You're simply just really efficient.
I'm nodding like extensively.
Agreeing.
At hearing this, my motherly instinct is activating, and I scramble up, trying to wipe my mouth from the puke. It's like, no, honey, you protected us, you defended us. This cat would have killed us if you weren't here.
Story's over. Protection. Kidding.
If you take it with us, we can skin it and you can wear it like clothes.
That is so
That sounds nice. I would
No.
like to have Kitty with me.
I-
And he picks up the corpse and just starts dragging him.
Big ass tiger.
I'm just gonna bow and do I'm just gonna say a bunch of prayers and stuff like that for the spirit of the tiger.
I recognize the prayers and just start joining him in these prayers.
Meanwhile,
I at
I'm
least want to
tapping him on
appease
the back, being like, "You did such a good job."
I just want to appease the spirits as much as possible.
Please, spirits, don't kill us. I swear to God.
It wasn't me. I'm in over my head.
So you guys travel.
I would be sharing one with you right now, dummy.
The thing is, y'all travel up these mountains. There's a problem.
Yeah.
You proceeded up the trail. It was a very smooth trail. Here's the problem. As you get to the top, you realize there's a missing thing on this mountain. You look to the other mountain, to the other side of the valley. You have climbed the wrong mountain.
I just look at Chet. You lied to me?
My sandals are off. I am
Why?
beating the shit out of Chet. I am beating him.
I'm just gonna bow. I'm just gonna.
While she's beating the dog piss out of him, Dummy goes, "That's a good greeting."
Took us
Agrees
up
like
the
that,
wrong
like, every
mountain.
single night.
But not all is lost. As you travel, well, I'm going to have y'all roll a perception roll for this.
Okay, that seems viable.
18.
Okay. Throughout the
Or-
chaos of
Hey.
what the fuck, you perceive this rope bridge that goes across the valley, and it's at a very high height. And it does lead to where y'all need to go, towards the temple.
That looks rickety as hell. Dummy should go
Yes.
first.
This is why Dad never let me go up to this
I
temple.
start walking across.
I get my other sandal off and go back to Chet. Why did you tell us there was a bridge?
Please.
I thought we were going up the right mountain, Chet.
Right mountain, wrong mountain. It's all the same.
No. You don't even know
No,
how to.
those are two different things, actually.
No. This is. We went up.
You don't know.
As my wife is beating Chet, I just look at Dummy. She used to have that kind of passion for me at one point. Where did the romance go?
Apparently, it went the same place that your impotence went. Everywhere.
Oh.
I stop. How do you know that?
I don't know.
Who goes on the bridge first?
Dummy.
Okay, Dummy goes on the bridge.
Carrying the cat.
Yep.
Its head's just flopping between each wood slat.
I'm like,
Go ahead, roll a d20.
Well, this was not the roll to get that number.
You might be wrong, but let's see.
I got a 1.
Actually, it was because I was
fucking
using higher.
don't know how I did it.
Well, no, I was using higher to determine your weight, and if you were up to 20, yeah.
Oh
So
goddamn! I'm light as a feather.
yeah, apparently you're gracefully doing some ballet struts across with Kitty just boom, 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 boom.
I am following, like I am still with my rage, because my geography like lessons have kicked in. It's like no, we go up Mount. I'm just gonna say we go up Mount Fuji, and then there's that little bridge on the
There we go.
illustration over to Mount Kikimora, and that's where the temple is at. I knew this was. I knew there was a bridge here. Never go to this. That doesn't let me do anything.
Gonna rub my sandal wounds. I'm like, yeah, you sure know how to validate your own information.
I just look back at him.
I'd shut up immediately and I bow.
And I follow my son and his tiger corpse.
I just like slap Chet a little bit and go like, you are really good at that bowing thing, just so you know. Like, I do that.
I'm just gonna
upset with me.
scratch the back of my head and be like, yeah, years of practice.
And I will like haphazardly follow Dummy and my wife. Mrs.
After he says years of practice, Dummy looks back and says, I suppose that's the only good move in your martial art.
Completely legitimate, and he just turns around and
Y'all go ahead, roll an inverted roll for are y'all able to cross the bridge?
Oh no.
I just
What
look at Chet and go, man, do you need some ice? That sounded like a real sick burn.
I'm just behind Dummy. I just like say it loud enough just for Dummy to hear. Like, that wasn't very nice, Dummy, but good job.
Mrs.
I
Clark,
rolled
what
a
did you
4.
roll? Okay,
I'm learning
the
to hurt
bridge
people in other
cooperates with you.
I out of a 19.
Oh no!
That's unfortunate.
natural 20.
No!
These are not the times to get these rolls.
I would like to just say that Dummy is like walking like completely casually, and Tofu is literally like stumbling and bouncing off of vines, but completely like his foot placement looks like it's intended, but completely by accident.
Yeah.
You're like swaying with the
So
bridge
you're-
and stuff. Yeah.
You're drunk.
So,
No. This is how this
this
goes. Tofu is drunk foos on this bridge. Meanwhile, Aaron is basically wooden Shrek with ballet practice, while Mrs. Quack and Chet are donkey.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because Mrs. Quack is the first step on a board, and it snaps, and you fall through, and as you fall through, Chet also falls through.
Perfect.
You
Can
try
I-
to grab onto the rope?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to try to grab a.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah,
I roll an 8 to save my life.
regular roll this time.
I did. It was an 8.
Mine was a 3.
Can I got a 19. Can I like take my bag and like shift it off my shoulder, and as I like just casually grab the rope and fall down, my bag comes around and like hooks Mrs. Quack's foot. And
Yes.
I pull her up. Can like Chet just like grab my waistband and yank my pants down as like we just kind of
Yeah.
haphazardly
I'm
fly
just
back up onto the bridge.
face in ass. Like,
It's not a great place to be. Like I've been in many ditches.
That is the strangest Christmas ornament I have ever seen.
Oh, honey, why did you hang the failed kung fu master on your butt ornament?
You don't want to be back there.
Oh.
I don't know many dead things that want to be back there either. So there's a reason why I have to sleep on the floor and Mrs. Quack sleeps on the nice soft bed. Apparently,
Is this-
in the middle of the night, I let things go.
Is this how you saw your day going? Face first into a drunk man's ass?
it's not the worst day of Chet's life.
But it's definitely not the best.
It's definitely not the best.
Tofu, what do you do as you're dangling?
Well, I mean, my pants are around my ankles, and my wife is like hooked onto a bag. And I will say that at this point, Tofu's drank several bottles, but the rest of his bottles are in the bag, currently around Mrs. Quack's foot.
Oh.
So, with great amounts of strength and determination, the likes no one has ever seen, Tofu is going to yank that bag up because his alcohol is not allowed to shatter, crack, or otherwise become incapacitated, as it is more precious to him than God. And he is going to pull Mrs. Quack up, put her on the bridge, and pull his bag up to him. And goes, "I miss you so much. Don't ever do that again."
Go ahead and roll a strength check for that one.
All right. Hey, that's not bad. 18.
Nice.
Alrighty, with a great strength, you're able to at least get Mrs. Quack up. However, Chet is still face first in your ass.
I'm gonna try to awkwardly climb up him, like as he's pulling her up. So,
Like,
I'll
I've got
go.
one hand just holding on to the bridge, and like I'm making out, like just not even trying to hide. Like I am making out with bottles right now.
And I, as Miss Quack, have been flipped up onto the bridge, basically.
I'm like trying not to puke, like, and I'll climb a little.
You get to the crusty part of my hair.
Yeah.
You know what? You're gonna roll a Constitution check.
Okay. 18. Yeah, buddy.
Okay, no toilet humor. All right.
You survive the
Just a
forest
little
of
bit.
You survive the forest of dandruff.
I'm never getting this smell out of my mouth.
Right. Like I've been
Ew.
sleeping in like 3-week-old like grain mesh.
Oh.
And it's not like I
Oh.
don't have good perfumes or soap at the house. He just refuses to use them.
So
It gets rid of the natural odor.
you guys get to the temple.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a breather.
I feel like Dummy is at the end of the bridge by the time y'all get back up onto it.
What took you all so long?
He had to stop and sniff my ass.
I am lifting his hand. I was like, I'm about to beat your ass. Did you not see us nearly fall and die?
No.
I pull out one of the vials and just start drinking it. I just go sit down on a rock. I just sit down on a rock.
Dummy takes one of the bottles and just pours it over his face.
I'll
I
be
look
like,
at Chet. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, I'll be like, I'm gonna grab leaves off of like whatever the nearest bush is and like clean my tongue off.
I just elbow Chet and go, as Mrs. Quack is drinking heavily, and I go, and now you see why she married me. She got blanked out drunk too.
We all make mistakes.
I just happened to
I
make
agree.
a really good one.
You guys
I
are.
don't. I've never made a mistake.
You're getting real close to one, son.
Look, I don't care what kind of family drama you guys are going through. Let's just get to the temple and be done with this.
You guys go to the temple. The wall, it's like a walled off temple, and the gates are closed.
Nobody's home. I'm gonna knock loudly, like almost
I
obnoxious.
swear to God, if they're closed, I'm burning this whole thing down.
Hey, dummy, greet the gate.
Okay, I walk over to the gate. I give it a forehead kiss.
You hear the door heavy clicking, and a monk walks out,
That worked.
and he sees the dummy, very confused, and then he sees the bloody tiger he's been dragging around like it's a doll. Like, oh my god!
I know what it looks like. I'm gonna bow to him.
the drunk guy behind him.
Greetings, monk. My name's
Greetings.
Mrs.
I walk over to him and give him a forehead kiss.
My name is Mrs. Quack.
Possessed furniture.
This is our this is my husband, Tofu, and this is our guide, for lack of a better term, Chet. We are here because Jim, the town elder, wanted us to have Dummy here checked for if he might be possessed of evil spirits. He came alive yesterday at our house while my husband was practicing his martial arts, and the regular dummy turned into this actual dummy and has been alive and has basically protected us our entire way through here to your temple on the other side of God's ass.
I greeted the tiger.
I see. We will take you. Well, can you please leave that out here?
I just slough it off onto the ground. I will be back, kitty. And I pet it.
We'll take you guys to the council for them to determine if what's the nature of this.
I tap the guy and go, "Hey, do you got like some charcoal?
Some what?
Charcoal, or like a quill, a pen, something like that."
I'm like actively holding one, going like,
"Oh,
yeah."
Cool. I take it, I walk over to Dummy, and I just draw two like shocked eyes and like big shocked eyebrows, and then a squiggly line that looks like it's a smile on his face. See? He's so much better. He's such a nice man now. You look beautiful, Dummy. They're a little lost.
No! I will not have my. I'm like washing it off his face. Like, no, I will not have this. I snatch the charcoal out of his hand and I draw something much more like neutral, something much more like flat, even like a little smile. I was like, no. And I like whisper this to Tofu. I was like, if we want him to survive this, we want our son to survive this, we need them to believe he's actually not any evil. I've not seen anything evil out of him. I don't want our first son to just get burned here on the stake.
I will hug her, and as I'm doing so, I'm just gonna take the charcoal when she's not looking and draw one raised eyebrow.
did you ever pull your pants up?
No. I've been Donald Ducking it for a bit.
Tofu? Just in the middle of that hug. Tofu?
Uh-huh.
Pull your pants up.
Oh, forgot they were down. Hold on. And I just like tighten them up. There we go.
So you guys,
family Joe's hangout.
I just shake.
Approach it.
I just shake my blouse.
It's a very clean looking garden, tranquil and all that. You go inside the main building, and it's they're already in the main room of this building, and it's like four old men, and they're all sat around, kind of like in a semicircle towards y'all. And it's like, oh, another possessed. What happened here exactly?
Wait, another. Have you seen other possessed things in recent?
Answer his question. I punched him so hard it came to life.
We have heard stories of possessed items of various sorts.
Do they exhibit our dummy's kind of demeanor or action? Because we've had him for 2 days and he's been able to like walk and talk, possesses great strength, has protected us from a tiger, and that
is my kitty.
Protected.
Is what he did. It was awesome.
And who has sent you here?
Jim, the town elder.
Ah, okay. So he wanted to verify whether this is an evil spirit or a benevolent one.
Yes, unfortunately, and so we've come.
So you said he protected you from a cat?
A tiger.
Yeah.
Like, hit it so hard it cracked the ribs and, like, probably ruptured a spleen somewhere. I'm pretty sure. It was amazing. Worth a full bottle of booze.
That's sad.
He's still not over it.
It expresses empathy, or I apologize. He expresses empathy.
Word me.
How,
And I like nudge my wife.
I didn't catch.
what has this being's behavior been like for the past 2 days?
Amazing. It's been the most hilarious time I've ever seen. I've been nothing but nonstop enjoying this.
So, he was in the middle of it was lunchtime. Tofu was doing his rounds on just a set of normal dummies in our front yard, and upon striking this one, and this one had been in our yard for a while. It's been hit hundreds of times at this point. It talked and started moving and limbering itself around. It then proceeded to greet me by punching me in the nose. I blame Tofu for that one, because that is not how you...
I'm just gonna nod in agreement. Like, seems legit.
And that's important to this story, because that's how Dummy actually has been greeting everyone up until recently. I've been trying to train that out of him.
I learned a new greeting.
Yes, you actually
just laughing hysterically.
Basically after decking decking Chet over there a few times and greeting him at the town square, and we went through the tiger and greeting the tiger aggressively. I taught him this new greeting. Just a simple kiss on the forehead. That at least show any new people we meet that Dummy is not dangerous. Can be,
That would be a lie, though. I am dangerous.
You can be.
Has he expressed this benevolent form of greeting towards others?
To the monk that greeted us outside, actually.
The monk nods, confirming that is true.
He also kissed your gate. Don't know if that matters.
Okay.
And just look at that face.
He's like,
And the only form of violence he has taken part in was against the tiger.
Yes, that's the only thing that he is unfortunately killed.
That is a lie. I punched Chet many times in greeting.
Yes, but that was when you didn't know any better about how to greet people appropriately.
Just wanted to be honest.
and not in confirmation.
Thank you for being honest, Dummy. See, I believe the spirit of this very young soul, albeit in a wooden body, is very much childlike and very much just needs to be raised. And I come from the Quack Distillery family. We can take him, and we are very prepared and very much. My husband and I have honestly been trying to have kids for a while, but unfortunately, it just hasn't taken. He drinks too much.
My father is impotent.
I drink too much.
I'm the only one with shame on my face at this information being told to elders of a great monastery.
I'm just frantically writing this down.
Very well. We will discuss this briefly to decide what sort of spirit this may be.
And while you're discussing, can we partake in some of the legendary hospitality that your monastery is known for? Maybe in food?
Of course. I apologize.
You're not eating at all?
like I don't like to keep track. You know, I gotta watch my figure. He's like obviously like almost malnourished.
So they provide you a meal, a good hearty Shaolin meal, lots of
Succulent
veggies,
Chinese
rice,
meal.
a succulent Chinese
Rice.
meal, and they come back and they determine that he is not possessed. In fact, they have determined that he was sent there for a reason because they know your village has no form of protection whatsoever. With bandits becoming more commonplace in this part of the country.
I love how that just undermines Chet's entire existence.
The whole thing. It's so good.
Your penmanship
gods.
better be fucking exquisite, because you need different work, boy.
The
That's what's
gods
happening.
have blessed you with a protector of sorts. Now, Mrs. Quack, you have a great responsibility. He is still a child in the mind. He will need to develop into a benevolent being. Do you promise to bring him to this point?
Yes. We.
I'm gonna
I will
paint
do
tiger
that.
stripes on him and stick him in that tiger. Make him look all sorts of crazy.
Flip flop off in his face.
Like
I would
back
like-
against the nose on the floor.
The owner smiles. He'll be in good hands then.
I'm just
You
gonna
may go.
sidestep away from the line of fire. Like,
You think you're outside of my reach. I am a mother now. My reach is infinite.
So as we're leaving, my mom and dad, step ahead of me, and I put my hand on Chet and I go, I fooled them all. Soon the coming of the darkness will sweep upon the land.
I'm
and
just
there
gonna.
will be no surviving.
I'm just going to
I
be
am
like
just
trembling. Like, I'm just gonna tremble.
That was a joke. Ha ha.
I'm gonna lift
Be
the tiger
careful,
up and be
Ghost.
like, "Hey, dummy, look! It's a kitty!"
Kitty.
As there's like
And-
blood on top of me.
I
And you
look.
all walk off into the sunset.
Okay. I love it.
God damn it. And the name was given for this story. Tales of the Hidden Valley. The Dummy.
Tales of the Hidden Valley by Chet Nord.
P.S.
So
Author's
now-
note. This bitch is fucking evil as shit. Don't believe a word he said.
No, nobody's gonna believe the tale.
God.
And,
Like
you know,
the secret histories of Justinian.
for our editors at home, I imagine it's like the end of Lord of the Rings where Bilbo's or Frodo's writing. Like, it's Chet. He's
Yeah.
writing the story. That's
I'm
where
old.
it ends.
I'm old and in the Shaolin Temple, like because I just
Yeah.
like I cannot handle it. I'm not going with that guy.
Okay, Tales of the Hidden Valley, vertical slice, apostrophe the dummy, and apostrophe by Chet Nord.
Yeah.
Goddamn. And I am taking that fucking golem image that you have there, Aaron,
Yeah.
in the chat.
That's from Tekken.
It's
Right.
it's gonna be stolen.
I take Dummy back to our house where I teach him slap foo.
And with my great resources, I actually get like real Shaolin monks in to train the dummy in high discipline, while also teaching him the basics of medieval accounting.
But it just the kicker here is that after I teach him slap foo, the one time that he has to face a bandit, he does like the whole backhand, and like it's a crack hole around the valley. Like everyone hears the slap.
Just
It's
waves
like-
reverberating off this man's cheek.
It's the
It's like-
gunfire sound from Tarzan, where he does it.
Yeah. It's like the myth of Thor. Every time he hits a Titan with a hammer, you just hear it.
Alrighty, let's wrap this up, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you, Michael, Aaron, Manatee, and Sean for filling in on the day and for giving us a very unique and fun storyline here. Aaron, thanks for not actually committing to the flipping of the bit, because we've had too many flippings of the bits in our stories, and I was like, let's straight. We can have a straight story for once, please. Please. Fire will rain on this village. They have invited the golem of their demise. So with
just kidding.
God. Alrighty, with that, thank you all, and check everyone out at their socials and everything, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.
See ya.